Welcome to week 3 of the series Spiritual Foundations. My name's Archie and I'm a recovered alcoholic, recovered through the saving grace of Jesus Christ and the power of the Holy Spirit living in and through my life on a daily basis. I want to begin today by reading from the Bible, from Isaiah 43, which says, "I've called your name, you're mine. When you're in over your head, I'll be there with you. When you're in rough waters, you will not go down. When you're between a rock and a hard place, it won't be a dead end, because I am God, your personal God, and I paid a huge price for you. That's how much you mean to me. That's how much I love you. So don't be afraid, because I'm with you. Return my sons from distant lands, my daughters from faraway places. I want them back, every last one of them, who bears my name. Every man, every woman, and every child, whom I created for my glory, personally formed and made each one. Get the blind and the deaf out here and ready. The blind, though there's nothing wrong with their eyes, and the deaf, though there's nothing wrong with their ears. You are my witnesses. You, my hand-picked servant, so that you'll come to know and trust me, understand both that I am and who I am. I've always been God and always will be God. No one can take anything from me. I make, and who can unmake?" Today's lesson is called God is Valuable. Life is valuable. And in 1 Timothy 4, verse 8, it says, "Workouts in the gym are useful, but a disciplined life is far more. Living life recovery according to God's will adds value to our life. In the process, we're challenged to choose between following God or our own selfish desires. And it's important in recovery that God is a part of our recovery every day of every week. It's important that we learn to trust Him. He calls us to stop trying to control our own destiny and to let Him lead. And letting God lead in your life makes perfect sense to me, because I've been doing it for so long. And I hope that it makes perfect sense to you, because He wants to lead your life and help you to become something that you never expected to be. He asks us to submit to Him, to lose our self-centeredness and understand that He values us. There are 3 things that I want to point out today. And the first is that God created us in His image, reflecting His nature. And He created us to be godlike. So to be godlike, we have to learn what are the things that God values. And we need to learn to put them into our daily living. We need to learn to make them our new normal. It says He created us to be like gods. He never created us to be God. There is one God and one true higher power, and His name is Jesus Christ. And the only way that we can go forward in recovery is to trust him with our lives. The second thing John 1:3 says, nothing in the world came into being without him. There is nothing on this earth that God didn't have a part in. And when you go out and look in the bush at the nature and the way things are, you know that somebody must have put it all together. There can be no doubt that there is a God, that he loves you and that he cares about you. The second thing is that he loves us. Ephesians 1:4 says, before he laid down the earth's foundation, he thought of us. Now, I don't know about you, but that blows my mind away. That before I was born, before the world began, God thought of me. And he thought of you. And he had a plan for me and a plan for you. Think of the number of people in the world. And God had a plan for all of them. They didn't all follow it, but he had a plan for every one of them. And it's up to us now, as we go through recovery, to find his plan for us and to put it into practice so as the world can be a better place because of us and because of him. It says in Romans 5:8, he put his love on the line for us by offering his son in sacrifice death when we were of no use to him. While we were still running amok and doing stupid things in our lives, God didn't stop loving us. And that's why he sent Jesus. Jesus Christ came to save sinners, not to save religious people. And for me, recovery is nothing about religion. It's about relationship with Jesus Christ, one-on-one, and putting the things in your life that he wants you to put in your life. The third thing is that God values us. Hebrews 4:15 says, we don't have a high priest who is out of touch with our reality. He's been through weakness and experienced everything that we have, but he did it without sin. Think about it, the things that you've done, the things that you've done wrong. Jesus, all the feelings you've had of shame, disgrace, all the feelings you've had of loneliness. Jesus has been through all of them, but he went through it without having to pick up a drink, without having to pick up a drug, without running amok. And we need to learn from his example to live lives that are suitable to him, to live lives where he can be in charge and point us in the direction that he wants us to go. 1 John 3:2 says, we are all children of God. And that is just the beginning. We need to discover our identities in God so that we can become the people that he wants us to be. The world would be a better place, in my opinion, if everybody in the world took the 12 steps. Because the 12 steps to me are a map to Jesus, a map to living a life suitable of God's glory. It goes on in that verse to say, who knows how we will end up? None of us knows. We know the saying yesterday, history, tomorrow's a mystery. But God knows the future. He knows what he's got planned for each of us. He knows where we're going to be and what we're going to do 10 years from now. And I want to ask the question today, what value do you place on your life? And what value do you place on the lives of other people? It says in Proverbs 18:10, God's name is a place of protection, a place that we can run to, a place that we can hide, a place where we can feel safe. Each of us needs to get into touch with Him because He values us. He cares about us. He wants us to be successful in the recovery journey. And He wants to lead us into being the people that He wants us to be if we would just let Him. Thank you for listening to me. I look forward to talking to you next week on Living Life Recovery.